Hey, welcome back to another episode of Crazy D's Equipment. So guys, this video is going to be a little different than the style that you're used to. The Doc's going to edit this video. But today, let's go over the do's and the don'ts and the whys and the shoulds and what to look for and what not to look for when you're buying tractors on online auctions. I bought something this week and we're going to go over that tractor and figure out, did I do a good job or did I get emotionally involved in an online auction and way overdid it? So let's have the Doc bring the tractor in. Okay guys, so this is my auction buy. It was sold on online auction by this little company called Little Bull. It's a little international 424. They're about a 31 horsepower tractor. They were built from 62 to 65 or 66, something like that. It was sold just like this. Nothing else on it. What you see, it has loader brackets. The loader was on the auction. I ended up giving a little bit more for this than I wanted to. So for sale on my lot, full running condition with loader. This is a 55 to maybe $6,000 tractor is what they'll bring around here. I ended up giving almost $2,800 for this on the auction. And then the guy I took it away from on the auction decided to come after me once I won this, when I started bidding on the loader, which sold 2 items after this did, and he ran me to almost a little over $1,600 on the loader. So you do the math what I'm into this. So I'm in this way more than I like to be. I like to have about a 40% profit margin on an item. It just because, not because I'm greedy or because I want to make a whole, well, of course I want to make a whole bunch of money on it, but a 40% profit margin on something like this gives me the money to pay the dock, gives me the extra money to cover for these things and the repairs and that kind of stuff, and then leaves me a little bit of profit, because we're not in this because it's fun to do. I mean, it is, but we're not in this just because it's fun to do. We're in this to make profit. So here's my question for you guys. Have you ever got into a bidding war on an online auction and realized once it was done and over that you way screwed up and paid way more for the item that you got? Or were you like me, got the item here, already knew that you paid too much, and then found out because it was an online auction and you didn't get to look at the item like you did at a regular auction, that there's issues with the thing that you weren't expecting? So here's my question, Doc. If you're ready for this, the loader's off, right?
Yeah.
So I went to work, and when the truck driver called me and said he was on the way with this, that's another expense. I had to pay the trucker to bring this up to me. So I had the hotshot guy. So yeah, I went to work and spent $110 on correct pins to put the loader back on. But Doc, when it got here and I was looking it over, the shaft for the pump that runs underneath the radiator to run the hydraulic pump on the front is missing. How hard is that going to be for you to fix? And where do we find that shaft?
Fixing that's not too hard. It's just finding that shaft. You'd probably be able, maybe, I don't know, this came out with loaders, Steiner maybe, or.
Well, so I'm going to have to sit down and do the digging and see if I can't find that shaft for us. So that's that's the thing about online and auctions like this. I've told you guys before, a way earlier video, that if you're looking for used equipment, a lot of times to check out Big Iron or check out Purple Wave or Gavel Road is one now that you guys can check out and stuff. But that is a gamble that you run. Is it what it says it is? Now, I called the old man son that was having the auction, and he said this was a running tractor and that it was sitting in a bad part of Wichita, and some let's call them low character people stole the radiator and the battery and some other stuff off of it, and he had replaced the radiator, and he would put a battery on it. He did put a used battery on it, so that's good there. Now we got to figure out what else you're going to need to do to this, what else is going to have to take place for it to be ready for the lot. I know I got to have you put the loader on, and I know you're going to have to figure out the shaft. So, well guys, the doc looked it over real quick. What did you see?
Well, everything looks fairly good. Like you said, the shaft's missing. Only thing I noticed driving it over is I had to choke it a little bit to get it to run right. Mm-hmm. Like it to sound like it should. So that may a little bit of maybe some seafoam, and that might clean that up, or maybe have to use a little more than that. But
there's some parts on the steering bar that don't look correct to me, and I'll have you look at those closer later. And stuff. I don't know if you guys noticed in the walk around, but there's an Edelbrock fuel pump on here, which I think should make it go faster, right?
You would think. You
would think, right? But so, well, guys, so there you go. What do you think? Did I get emotionally involved in this thing and end up paying way too much? Will I recover and get this sold, or will I just come up really short on the end of this one? So, hey guys, thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching another episode of Crazy D's Equipment. Hopefully next week we got a special auction one for you, if everything gets done right. If not, we'll have another interesting episode between me and the doc. Thank you guys for coming in. See you next week.